everyone, it's Elena, and today I'm going to be talking about the movie Black Panther. I love this movie so much that T'Challa, M'Baku, and Everett are now household names for me. So instead of a rant, this will be more like a good review. One thing I appreciate about this movie was more Andy Serkis. Now, if you haven't seen Black Panther, I know it's fairly new, so beware of spoilers in this video. In the movie, Andy Serkis' character, Ulysses Claw, gets a whole lot more screen time than in any other movie. He's funny, cruel, over the top, and he's just a great bad guy. And I know everyone was freaking out when he was being interrogated by Agent Everett Ross. It's riddles in the dark all over again. I love it. I hope they have Martin Freeman and Benedict Cumberbatch meet up in the Marvel Universe as Everett Ross and Stephen Strange. Imagine what they would talk about. Sherlock, Smaug. Anyway, I doubt that's gonna happen anytime soon, but it would be awesome. Another thing I loved was Chadwick Boseman's performance of T'Challa. For being a very American-sounding guy, he certainly pulls off the Xhosa accent quite well. Xhosa is a real African language that the Wakandans speak in the movie. When you said we are going to open Wakanda to the rest of the world, this is not what I imagined. What were you imagining? The Olympics? Maybe even a Starbucks? I love the accents. And yes, that was me doing an impression of Okoye and T'Challa. Which she's an awesome warrior, by the way. And I love the conflict that she has inside herself when Eric seemingly wins the challenge against T'Challa. She has some sort of internal loyalty conflict. And T'Challa's character was well developed, and even though I wasn't partial to the Captain America Civil War movie, I still liked Black Panther in it. He raised questions about Wakanda and vibranium that are extremely important to the overall plot of the MCU. He also has a very realistic, very interesting internal conflict about whether to protect Wakanda in hiding or to help the rest of the world with its problems. And becoming king proves this to be difficult, especially when his ex-girlfriend Nakia wants to open up the borders for refugees. Another character I liked was M'Baku, because at first he was the bad guy, the one that everyone was suspicious of. Then he ends up being a good guy, and a funny one at that. His tough guy act was only a mask over his playful yet honorable side. He helps T'Challa when some of his people find him more than half dead in the river. He also pulls through in the end when he does bring his warriors to fight against Eric Killmonger, or N'Jadaka. N'Jadaka is definitely an interesting character with a very dark, sad past, but you almost start to agree with him, but then you realize that he and T'Challa are both wrong. Eric wants to wage war on the world and save those in poverty, whereas T'Challa wants to protect Wakanda and not necessarily do anything about the rest of the world. Now, they could very well have met in the middle ground, but they didn't, because honestly, the conflict played out very realistically. If they had agreed in the end, it would have defeated the purpose of Eric's point. Eric's death and everything having to do with T'Challa's uncle N'Jobu being murdered by his father influences T'Challa for the better. So in a way, T'Challa did meet Eric halfway, but Eric just wasn't alive to see it. This touched me in a way that I couldn't keep from loving both of these characters. This is great character development and storytelling. The very fact that you fall for Eric is incredible, considering how many people he's killed and how cruel he seems. Now, moving on to my three other favorite characters, Shuri, Everett, and Zuri. Shuri is hilarious, and the dynamic between her and Everett is enjoyable to watch. Everett is played fantastically by Martin Freeman, and his loyalty to T'Challa is incredible, and how fast they become friends is amazing. Also, Zuri being the spy in the beginning was an awesome twist. Now, there's so much I could say in praise of this movie, like the soundtrack, the animation of the credits that look like the nanotech, and the fight choreography. There is a lot to like about it, but I think I'm done for now. Overall, I love this movie, and I can't wait for what comes next for Wakanda, T'Challa, and everybody else. And quick, plug your ears, because there's a big spoiler for Infinity War coming up. Here it is. So in Infinity War, T'Challa dies, but I refuse to believe that he's going to stay dead, and I also wonder if Everett survived the snap. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Thanks for watching. Please like this video, subscribe for more, and share with your friends. And I'll see you next time.
Wakanda, Wakanda.